Hello. Hello, it's Natasha. Thank you so much for being here. I have a creative sequence, power yoga flow. I'm going to get right into a warm-up flow followed by our class flow, and then we're adding on to it. So let's come into a kneeling position, take a nice grounding and calming breath, and then go right into the class today. Hands in your lap, shoulders back and down. Scoop in, a little bit of a intention in the core, a little bit of a grounding into the feet, the tops of the feet, a little heaviness in the shoulders as you lift the crown of the head high. Let's take an inhale through the nose, big sigh out the mouth. Soften through the face, the forehead, the eyebrows, the jaw, the tongue. Again, breath in, breath out. Beautiful. Lateral stretch, right palm down, elbow towards rib, left arm over the head, elbow to sky, gaze up and down. Switch, left hand down, right arm lifts, bend the bottom elbow if you have the space, bend the top elbow, and then just start to move the head up and down. Find your edge and travel back. Take the top of the hands down, and while you're doing that, tuck your toes under. So we stretch the hands and the toes at the same time. Take your fingers backwards and feel that inner forearm stretch. You might even try to bend the elbows, kind of hug towards the ribs and straighten. Come onto fingertips and press into those toes. Allow the arches of the feet to just stretch out, settle into those hips and heels. Breath in and breath out. You can shake out those wrists, maybe some circles and blinks here. Lift up to the top of the knees, and we're gonna set it down, hands down, walk back to tabletop. Moves through some cat-cow, round, lift. Exhale, push round the spine, pull that tailbone under, and then lengthen. Come into neutral spine. You could just circle the shoulders a few times. And then push down, and we're gonna lift that right toe up, donkey. If you want a little extra core challenge, bring your left hand behind your back. Push down through that right shoulder, and we're gonna move through some circles. Knees meet, side fire hydrant, donkey. Knees meet, press side, lift up and down. One more time, make it smooth, circle. And then reverse, lift to the side, lateral and down. Each time maybe making the moves a little bit more smooth, and the last one, it's a big circle. Whew, and now, your toes are up. We're gonna switch our left hand down, pick up the right hand, step through. Circle out that wrist. You're in a 90-90 twist. Sweep around, circling out the shoulder. That back arm takes you up, up, up. And we can tuck our back toes under and possibly reach for that heel. It's still early. If you can't reach for the heel, press into the small of the back, push the hips forward, and take a breath. So we're gonna be turning your left foot to the left and then stepping your right foot to the back of the mat. Now you're in a kneeling position for a kneeling side angle pose. Shoulder can open up that right knee to, or the right hip to a little bit of external rotation as you open and push. Now, your bottom arm swings behind the head and your arm towards the front of the mat reaches behind the back. You can see if you can find your fingertips to touch. Kind of lengthen the tailbone and breathe these cow-faced arms. Moving 2 more times. Side angle, I'm going right shoulder to right knee. Side bend, maybe the knees start to widen. Your knee can go over your toes, a little bit of a middle split happening. And then cow-faced arms reach up and behind. Maybe those fingertips can touch. maybe not. And one more, kneeling side angle flow, and shoulder stretch, reach behind the back. Good, now pull the knees to meet, right knee meets left. Sit back on the heels. Release those arms, gentle back bend, either fingertips or palms. Heart up. Squeeze shoulder blades back. Tuck the chin, reset for the other side. You can come back to tabletop. Any little movements, wagging your tail, some sideways barrel circles, and then let's do that other side. Left toes to sky. If you want that extra spinal balance core challenge, take the right arm behind the back. We're gonna pull the knees together, knees meet. Now side abduct, back through donkey and together. And then again, lateral, fire hydrant, donkey connect, and then make it a big hip circle. Push the left shoulder down. Nice, come back up. In opposition, we're gonna go lateral first, then together and up. Side, squeeze the obliques, push the knees together and lift, and then smooth it out, big hip circle. Nice, switch hands, right hand down. Left hand lifts as the right foot steps forward. And circle out the wrist, and then big shoulder circles. Beautiful, and tuck your back toes under as you lift into that twisting 90-90, possibly stretching back to half camel, pushing the hips forward, reaching the heart up, breath in and out. Come back up to neutral, swing your right toes to the right, and then your left foot steps to the back of the mat. Side angle, kneeling. Left arm behind the back, right arm, or left arm over, right arm behind. And move through that 2 more times. Side angle, start to open up the knees, middle split a bit, groin stretch in the thighs. And cow face, reach, reach, reach. Tuck the pelvis, scoop in through core. Last one, side angle. Cow face reach. Turn your knees to meet to the top of the mat. Sit back on the heels. Release the arms and take a gentle back bend. If you want to try to lift the hips up, you can. And have a seat. Swing your arms forward, knees, chest, chin. Press up to high plank. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. One more time, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Swing the hips forward, up dog on toes. And then exhale, tuck the chin, walk into downward facing dog. Paddle your down dog. Sway your hips. Let these moves feel good. Shake your head out. Moving into class flow. Walk your feet a little closer. Right toes to sky. Listen to the cueing. Right knee to nose, high tuck. Left knee to mat, land. Right toes swing back, knees, chest, chin. You might even melt the chest and chin down. Then come up in opposition. Lift the left knee, right knee swings back to nose, and your down dog split. Try that 2 more times. Knee in, left knee lands. Knees, chest, chin, right toes to sky. Step on the left toes, right knee swings in as the left knee elevates. Down dog split. Again, knee tucks, right knee tucks, left knee lands. Right toes to sky, knees, chest, chin, upper body strength, and cervical thoracic stretch. Right knee in and up. Now step forward and through in between the thumbs. Fingertips. Warrior 1, I want you to widen your feet. They do not have to be in a line. They can be on train tracks. So open up your space. Turn your left hip forward, reach up through Warrior 1. Maybe a little circling of the wrists. Eagle bind, right arm under left, elbows up. Press the hips gently forward, maybe a back bend, elbows up, reach back. Big quad hip flexor stretch. Heart up, reach, neutral. Swing your arms behind your back. Interlace the fingers, left shoulders, squeeze the shoulder blades. Now, since we're still kind of warming up, you could bring your belly onto your quad, tuck your chin in front of your knee, and then try to reach the arms up. If you're very flexible and you want to try and just go right into that humble warrior, right shoulder inside, knee, head heavy, dip down, and then come up halfway. Gaze forward, release the hands, keep them back. Step in for Shiva. Knees meet, flatten the back, hug the heel in, hamstring curl. Take this left foot, drop it off to the right, outside your mat. Side stretch, left hip forward, bow and arrow arms. Reach, reach, find that edge. Flat back, fold. All right, here we're gonna swing our left hand to the left, outside the mat, and then drop our left hip down. Did you get that? Hold here. Lift the hips up as you push the left shoulder down, and you can elevate these right toes or your heel up. Side plank with tiptoe in front. Now moving this tiptoe behind, go ahead and lift the knee, push the shoulder down, sweep up. Side plank, take the toes behind. Maybe a little wild thing, heart and hips up. Take your right foot down, lift your left foot. This left foot is going to swing back through that open space, and then you'll hop the hand and foot towards each other for a twisting lunge. Hopefully you got that. You'll have time. We'll be doing it 3 more times. Bend, twist, cartwheel or windmill up to warrior 2. Right arm back, left arm up, right arm forward. Here's your warrior 2. Now in class today, I had my class pick up some heavy blocks and do this sequence. If you want to do that, go for it. I'm going to skip that for now. But if you have some blocks with depth or maybe even some weights, you could add this in to your warrior 2 side angle flow. Lengthen the tailbone, reach apart. Side angle, either hand on forearm or outstretched. Warrior 2. Reverse, again, you can be holding on to weights or blocks. Reverse. Now, right into your side angle. 2 times. Side angle, reverse, warrior. Last time, side angle. You can still be holding on to your weights. We're gonna go Skandasana with a delt fly. Arms out. Turn your toes forward. Side angle, turn your toes inward, your lat fly, or your fly, and you're taking a Skandasana side lunge. Good. Again, last one. Side angle with weights or blocks, or just like me without, and then your half fold Skandasana. Good. If you have a block in your hand, set the backs one down, and then start to turn into half moon to the front of your mat. So now you can be resting on a block for half moon. Stacking your hips, your shoulders, your ribs, flexing out the back toes. From half moon, we're gonna try to just lower the hip, bring both fingers or hands to block or not. Drop through that left hip and re-extend. We're working in a warrior 3 with flight. Long neck and spine. Now drag this shin down. You're in a kneeling position. Remove the block. And from kneeling, we're gonna jump back to plank, chaturanga, your half series flow. Hands down, hips up, jump, chaturanga, or plank. Your toes sweep back, your heart pulls through. Up dog. Exhale your downward facing dog. Pedal, connect to the breath. Sway your hips. Maybe a quick child's pose. We are repeating the sequence on the left. Calming breath. Walk your feet a little closer in. Sweep your left toes to sky. split. Now left knee tucks in, right knee lands. Left toes to sky, knees, chest, chin, upper body push up and stretch for that spine. Now out of it, reverse. Left knee tucks, lift right knee, and left toes to sky. 2 more. Left knee tucks, right knee lands. Left toes up, push up, knees, chest, chin. Toes to sky, come out, elevate the right knee as you tuck the left. Send it away, down dog split. Last one, knee to nose, high tuck, right knee lands. Knees, chest, chin. Step on the right toes, left knee back in, swing it back to down dog split. Now step through the hands, pop up to fingertips, open your feet a little wider. Drop into that back heel as you pivot the right hip forward, reach up. Okay, so warrior one might be a lot more comfortable if you widen your stance and just go where it feels good. Take a breath here. Left hand swings under the right, Garudasana wrap, eagle. And if you want, gentle back bend. Elbows high, hips forward, squeeze the glutes, reach back, heart up. Neutral. Swing arms behind back body, interlace fingers if you can, and you'll take your humble bow fold. If you're a little less flexible here, just rest your belly on your thigh and then let your head drape down. Or you can wiggle your left shoulder inside the knee, drop your head heavy either way, and then squeeze those arms over the head, up or even forward. Flatten out the back, gaze forward. Release the hands, keep them back there, and bring the knees to meet. Shiva. Elongate. Hug, hamstring curl. Now reach these right toes off the mat to your left and bring your right arm over your head. Lateral stretch as you pull the right hip forward. Take a breath here. And find your depth. Flatten out the back. Halfway fold, arms outstretched. Swing your right arm outside your mat. Then let your right hip swivel, sweep down to the mat. Good, reach your left fingers towards these bottom right toes. And when you're ready to lift back up, you can elevate this heel and swing your hips up. So you're in this side plank on tippy toe. Then you'll lift the knee, any pose you want to make here. Maybe a big knee lift, step behind, maybe a wild thing, hips and heart up. Step on the left foot, right foot lifts. Now you have this big open space. You're gonna swing the right foot back. Walk your hand and foot to the midline and reset your twist. Twisting lunge. Hug the left knee in, scoop the belly in, twist, twist, twist. Cartwheel, up, windmill, back. Warrior two. So if you used weights or blocks or something to give yourself a little bit more resistance, feel free to grab that again. Find your warrior two, side angle, holding onto those blocks. We found it very challenging with those cork heavy blocks, and warrior two. Reverse warrior, bring it back. Either both weights or blocks up, your backhand can come down. Then floating from your side angle to your reverse warrior for two. Bend and reach. Whew. Keep the bent front knee, reach back. One more time. Oh, find your side angle pose. Reach, reach, reach. Good, this time we'll lift, turn your toe, left toe in, and outstretch the arms like you're doing this deltoid fly out to the sides. Expand your wings, flatten your back. Now from your Skandasana, lift, turn your toes home, and find your active side angle. Two more times, turn your toe in, and you can do a little extension here if you'd like. Lift up, turn your toes forward to the front of the mat, Side angle, I'm imagining and holding blocks here. And last one, finding your big outstretched arms, flat back. This time, if you have something in your hands, put the back one down, weight block, whatever it is. Bring your forward one with you, and we'll lift up to half moon. So turn your toes, shift, and stack. Shoulders, ribs, hips, lengthen the tailbone, flex the toes. Scoop the abdominals, maybe you float off your prop, and when you're ready, you start to pull your hip down. You can still use your prop to support. Warrior 3, hips are square, take it into flight. Arms stretch back, crown of the head forward, root lock, belly in. Long, 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 kneel. Top of the shin and foot, land. Find your kneeling shape, remove your block, and you can practice that little jump back to chaturanga, jump back to plank. Hands down, hop off the feet, jump back. Chaturanga. You're gonna slide toes, pull heart, and then let's take a quick child's pose here. Take a couple moments in your child's pose. If you know you want to keep it active and you don't need any rest, maybe you can come through a little bit of a dolphin, forearm down dog, dolphin, to some knee taps. You could do some drills here. You can go knees to hands, forearms to dolphin, knees to hands, forearm to dolphin. Again, just feel free to explore or rest, listening to your body. We're gonna repeat that sequence one more time, adding a whole bunch of stuff on and cutting any of the repetition away. We ready? If you need to hit pause, it's always an option. Go ahead and find me in downward facing dog. Right toes to sky, down dog split. Right knee to nose, big tuck, high. Left knee lands, knees, chest, chin, elbows find ribs. Maybe your chest and chin actually land. Push away, right knee back in, tuck, and fly. Down dog split, step through, warrior 1. Step, set up your feet a little wide apart. Warrior 1, right arm under, eagle, option to back bend. Neutral, reach behind, bind, humble warrior. Shoulder inside knee if possible, head hangs heavy, arms squeeze forward. Flatten out the back, gaze forward. Release your hands, keep them back as your knees come to touch. Hamstring curl, heel to butt. Step this left foot off to the right, bow and arrow, lateral stretch. Pull that your left hip forward and reach. Flatten out to fold. Swim your left hand outside the mat as wide as you need to swivel the left hip to the earth. Now when you lift, you can elevate the heel, find side plank. Cinch up that bottom waist. Any shape you want, knee or maybe a full star side plank. Step the toe behind, open into wild thing, optional of course. Good, step on the right foot, left foot lifts. Swing the left foot through the open space, and then wiggle your feet, right foot and left hand towards one another. Set your twist. Breath. Cartwheel or windmill up to warrior 2. Side angle, warrior 2. Reverse warrior, warrior 2. Now back and forth. Side angle, reverse warrior. This time side angle, Skandasana, sweep. If you have the mobility to sit, you can do that. If you want to swing your knee to touch and then reopen, Coming into half moon, lift, turn your right toes forward, and lift. You're finding your half moon. You have the option for sugar cane. If you can grab your top of the foot, and then maybe try and find a little bit of a split, knees up, pushing or kicking your foot into your hand, lifting up through the knee. Now opening into warrior three, drop the hip, expand. Good. From warrior three, bend, find triangle, trikonasana. Set your feet down and spin your hips to stack. Lengthen the tailbone. From trikonasana, malasana, yogi squat. Sweep your toes wide and then come to your yogi squat. So we're going to be doing moves in yogi squat. You can take this time to ignore this and do some inversion play or just hang out in a forward fold, or I'm going to throw some fun moves at you, take them or leave them. So you can grab onto your ankles, your heels are going to swing out, and we'll take a fold. Malasana, heels swing in, lengthen the spine. Toes swing out, forward fold, pull through. Again, malasana, heels in, toes out. Now heels swing out, widen the stance, fold. Come up to a halfway lift. Spin over your right shoulder and see if you can just come to a seat. We're gonna go back the same way we went in. Turn over your left shoulder and lift. Swing your hands to the left. Pull your right knee under and sit. We're going back and forth. Turn over your right shoulder. Spin back to your fold and back through malasana. We have the option to try some shuffling animal cartwheels. Getting your weight on your hands, kind of shuffle across the mat. So your back hand steps down, and then you shuffle your feet. Back hand, shuffle across. Maybe your hips start to get up high, or you can keep it completely low. Get playful, have fun. Come back through malasana. Last thing, we'll do some kick throughs. You can kick through side to side down your mat. You can make this slow. You can make this quick. You can jump. You can lift hips. Get as creative, as fancy as you want to get. And sit. 90-90 switch. Relax through the hips. Turn like you're doing a mini pigeon to the front of the mat. You can bring your hands down too. And then just swivel back and forth a couple times. Up and around. And up and around. Nice work. We're coming back the way we went in. Malasana. Triangle. Trikonasana. Lengthen, lengthen. Now, bend the back knee, flex the front toes. Take your yogi peace finger, wrap your big toe. See if you can drag your heel back until you can put all your weight in your left foot, and then try to pick up that heavy foot. I'm going to turn home to the front of your mat. So you might be wobbling, jumping, falling, all okay. Just listen to your body. From your standing big toe, we're going to twist this. Now your left peace fingers take the toe lock, and you add a standing twist. Keep the knee bent if you need, or lengthen, straighten, and rotate. One more move here. I know it's getting hard. Swing this foot, look forward, swing the foot into the back hand, catch it, dancer, Natasha. Doesn't have to be your fullest extension, but it can be. Here, reach, 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 reach forward, kick up, breathe, 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 and release. Connect to the breath. Oh my. Shake, Give yourself a nice pat on the back. Circle those arms. Maybe the neck wants to move around as well. One more little part of the flow, then we'll finish up on that other side. All right, you have the option for side crow. If it's not in your practice, no worries. Just go into the prep. Utkatasana chair. Swing into your chair. Bring your palms to heart center. And then pull your feet together. We're gonna take our left elbow across the right quad and then twist your chair as you push down. Stack your shoulders, hips. Bring your booty back, your head forward. Flatten out and rotate. Now, popping into a toe stand, lift your heels. Try to keep the connection of the tricep over the quad. Plant your hands down. Spread your fingers, pulling the shoulders forward. You can come into a prep and just lean. If you need your elbow, your right hip can come to rest there. It's a little bit of a modification. Just be really strong in the shoulders, not dumping all your weight down. So shoulders push, lean, and then see if you can dip forward enough to find that counterbalance where your legs get light. Strong shoulders, hug heels in. So maybe that worked for you, maybe not. Maybe you played with Ekapada Kundinyasana 1, the side crow split. Just see what's in your practice. And then we're gonna come right foot out, left knee and hip internally rotate, half hero. Sit up tall, forward fold. Wherever you are, just breathe. Find some ease, no force. Now pull your hands behind the back, turn your fingers towards the back of your mat, just for a little more ease on the wrists. We're gonna try to lift our hips and turn your heel back. See how that feels. We're gonna slip the left foot forward. You're in a reverse plank squeeze. Tuck your chin, sit your hips down, and find Navasana. You can kind of shake out through the wrists, point your fingers down, use your core, your hip flexors, your quad. Take a breath. We gotta repeat this one more time. So we have the left side to do. You have the option to get into down dog however you'd like, or from Navasana, you could try to roll through a half series flow, vinyasa. So you're gonna look like this, roll, hands down, jump out. Toes slide, chest through, shoulders down, downward facing dog. Connect to the breath. Again, you can always hit pause. Time for maybe drills, forearms to hands, time for rest, time for inversion practice, or we're going to go right into the last final side, down dog split, left leg up. If there's any last minute kind of wrist, shoulder, neck, let's hit it. Downward facing dog, left toes to sky. Left knee to nose, tuck high. Right knee to mat. Left toes to sky, knees, chest, chin. Tuck your right toes, left knee in, right knee elevates, and left toes to sky. Step forward for warrior one. Spin your foot out, widen your stance if necessary. Right hip forward. Left arm swings under, eagle wrap, option to back bend. Ground into those feet and toes. Heart up, reach, neutral. Take your hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. Dip forward into humble warrior. Shoulder can go inside the knee, pull the right hip forward, and then try to squeeze those arms over the head. Flatten out, gaze forward, release the hands, Shiva, connect knees, hamstring curl, right heel to butt. Right toes stretch to the left, Side bend as you pull the right hip forward. Bow and arrow, reach. Halfway fold. Reach the arms wide and then circle your hand outside your mat. Swing the hip through, seated. Find the adjustment, maybe it's wider for your side plank. Elevate the heel, side plank on left toes. Push the shoulder down. Any side plank shape you want. Maybe a star, a knee lift, a tree, step behind. Option to take a wild thing. Step on the left foot, lift the right. Pull the right foot through, swing it through the open space, and then walk your hand and foot together for your twisting lunge. Twist, twist, twist. Lift, windmill, warrior, 2. Moving quickly here. Side angle, warrior 2. Reverse warrior, warrior 2, now back and forth. Side angle, reverse warrior. Side angle, stay. Skandasana, pick your toe, turn it in, stretch your arms wide. If you can sit, lower the hips, sit behind the heel. Option to pull the knees to meet. Internally rotate, externally rotate, pry it apart, lean your shoulders to lift. Half moon to the top of the mat, lift, turn your toes, and lift to your balance. Again, you can stay in half moon, or you can turn it into that sugar cane, grabbing the top of the foot and trying to kick those toes and knee up towards sky. Find your edge. Pull your hips square, right hip down, arms stretch. Find your warrior 3, then Trikonasana, triangle, step, stack. Yeah, lengthen the tailbone, firm that belly, lengthen, reach the arm up, swing the arm forward, step into Malasana. This time, instead of some Malasana drills, we're gonna quickly hop it up to Goddess and just do a couple Goddess moves. Again, if you prefer to play with inversions or do something else, your call. Open the knees, tuck the pelvis forward. Good, lengthen the shoulders over the hips, side bend. 4, oh, I just fell. 3, 2, get deep, stay deep. 1, circles, tap, and circle. Tap, and circle. Now stretch one arm forward, one arm back. 4, 3, how deep can you sit? 2, 1, add some lunges. Front of your mat, pivot, pick up your heel. 4, Goddess, lunge to the back. 3, Goddess, lunge to the front. 2, my legs are screaming. This is my second time doing this. And 1, Goddess. Open, open, open. Come back through Trikonasana. Lengthen, root lock on that core. Now step on the back foot. Bend the back knee. Pick up your front heel. Take your yogi peace fingers. You gotta take the weight back. Drag, put all your weight in the right foot. Try to lift the left. Very carefully, try to just turn your toes and body forward, kind of just wiggling yourself there. Reset, opposite gaze. Now, right peace fingers, switch. Yogi toe lock, standing twist. Twist, lengthen, I'm falling. Happens to everyone. Try again. Twist, 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 lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Gaze forward. Switch grip from front hand, catch back hand. Good, it can be an outside top of the foot grip. And then kick into your dancer. Find your expression. Where can you take the balance? The strength, back body, reach. And Let it go. It's almost like cardio when you start doing back bends and bounces. Connect to the breath. Maybe you want to jump, kind of wiggle. Listen to your body. Where do you want to go? Some hip circles, maybe a quad stretch, feels good. And then finishing up the sequence, we have Utkatasana, chair pose. Good, take a breath. Reach down, sweep up. Chair. Palms meet. Right elbow turns outside of your left quad. Palms to heart as you bring the hips back. Try to lengthen the spine and twist. Stacking shoulders, ribs. Drop your seat, pick up your heels. Find a little toe stand. And then slip your hands to the left of you. Again, if you need a little bit of a training wheel, your left hip can rest on your left elbow. Just try not to dump all the weight in the shoulders. Be strong with your core to keep the hips lifted and not everything just going down into the arms. Spread your fingers, lean forward, pull your heels up, lengthen, the gaze should be forward, shoulders should be pressing down, heels to butt. Maybe you create a shape, a split. Either way, you're gonna come down and extend your left foot out. This time your right knee is gonna internally rotate from your hip joint. Half hero, sit tall, and fold. Couple calming breaths, lengthening through that hamstring, lengthening the spine, even if it's up here for you. Reach your arms behind your back, turn your fingers. Now this heel is gonna slip under the body as you lift into reverse plank with that little hip quad stretch. Then swing the feet to meet, reverse plank. Now swing the hips down, Navasana boat. We're gonna slow down the legs, fingertips come down, legs up as high as you can. As slow as you can, lower for 3, 2, 1. Now bring the hands forward, try to scoop your butt back, push your shoulders down. Feet can stay down or elevate. Find an L sit, doesn't have to be long. You're doing it right if you got a quad cramp in your quad. You could do that with blocks. You can continue to explore. Lifting just the butt and then the feet, just the butt and then the feet. And then let's take a turtle shell. Opposite hand to ankle, drop in. Big breath into the back, big sigh. We're gonna take your boat to the ground. Lift and lower to low boat. Find that low back connection and then hollow body. Pull your arms in opposition for 3, 2, 1. Feet down, hips up, stretching into the quads and the hip flexors. Engagement into the hamstrings and the glutes. Any shape you want to make, it can just be a little bit of a strengthener for the lower body, or you could turn it into more of a back bend. So I always encourage my classes to take some yogi's choice time, whether it be just restorative, like some gentle twists, or you're still going and you want some inversions, some back bending. Go ahead and hit pause and just play if you have the time and energy. If not, I'm gonna set you up in Shavasana, finding your pose of rest, whether that's corpse pose or something with blocks and blankets and bolsters, getting really comfortable. Finding that place of stillness so our bodies can repair. Relax the muscles in the face, forehead, eyebrows, jaw, and tongue. Allow the shoulders to be heavy, the chest. Work down the spine, the pelvis, the low back, the tailbone, all just releases into the earth. Allow your limbs to be heavy. Now is the time to let go of anything that's been holding you back, on or off the mat. If you're feeling any tension, pain, see if you can just surrender and let it go. I encourage you to stay meditating as long as you'd like. I am going to leave you here today, and I just want to share my appreciation and thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through your practice. If you have an extra moment to hit like or leave me a comment, not only is it helpful for the algorithm and getting my classes out there, but I just love to hear from you. So thank you so much. I will see you in the next video.